Okay, here's two practice problems. Go ahead and pause the video and try them out. Alright, so in the first problem, I'm looking for a match or an opposite. I don't have one here. I do have one here. I've got a 2 and I've got a -2. That's an opposite. In problem 2, I don't have a match or an opposite. I don't have a match or an opposite, so I'm going to need to multiply by the other numbers. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and focus on number 1 first. In number 1, since I had an opposite, I'm going to want to add. There's my plus sign. When I do add that, x and 3x, that makes 4x. 2y plus -2y is 0. It cancels out. And then 7 plus -3 is 4. Solve that equation. Divide by the 4. And you get x is 1. What do we do with that? Plug it back into one of the original equations. I chose this one. Replace the x with 1. Solve the equation. You get y equals 3. So the two circled answers are your solution. Take a look back over here. Again, I didn't have a match or an opposite, so I'm going to multiply the first equation by the 2, and I'm going to multiply the second equation by this 3. I'll write that down here. Could I have multiplied by the 6 and the -3? Yes, absolutely. But here's the thing I want to consider. Do I really want to multiply by larger numbers? Or do I want to multiply by smaller numbers? I'm going to pick the smaller numbers. So I go ahead and I distribute this, and I distribute this. And these are the two new equations I come up with. Now I've got a match. 6x and 6x. Since I've got a match, that means I'm going to go ahead and subtract them. So 6x minus 6x cancels out, no more x's. Careful, 12 minus -9, double negative there. So that's like 12 plus 9. That's how I got the 21. 12 minus 12 is 0. Solve the equation. Divide by 21, 0. Anything divided by 0, or 0 divided by anything is 0. So plug it back in. Either one of the original equations. No, we do not need to use these new equations. We can use one of the originals. You can honestly use any of the 4, the 2 originals or the 2 new ones. So anyway, you go ahead and you plug that back in. You solve that equation. We get x equals 2. And so the solution there is x is 2 and y is 0.